Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I'm here in the kitchen and I just made something really good that I wanted to share with you. I hadn't planned on doing a video. I just was thinking of some ingredients this morning. These ingredients are just starting to speak to me these days. I just start thinking of, what about this combination? Then a lot of times I'll go and I'll Google just ingredients and then I'll kind of get some ideas and I'll be like, nah, I don't like that, or oh, that ingredient might be good. And I just kind of put together flavors like that. And I stumbled, this one this morning, I was really pleased. This was one I stumbled across that I was like, okay, well, this will be a developing recipe too. But it turned out that this was really good. I was underestimating the subtlety of the things coming together. So I'm just gonna share this with you real quick. This is gonna be a quick one. I've already made this and the ingredients are so simple, so I just decided to go ahead and do a video now. So for a minute I thought I was kind of grappling with, okay, maybe I should just go ahead and eat this one. I'll do the recipe again tomorrow and go through making it, but it was so simple you don't really need to see me how I make it. Now this is a lovely salad right here. I've got the base as a bed of kale, and then this is my beets right here, and got some green onions on the top, and I'm going to talk to you and tell you about my dressing right there. I did the beets in that setting on the food processor that makes them kind of stringy, if that makes any sense, kind of stringy like that. Perfect consistency to mix with this. And in the dressing, kind of similar to the one I did on the spiralized zoodles and carrot noodles and cucumber, but a little bit simpler, not as much going on in it. So you're starting off, I took 2 cloves of garlic, and you know, people do different ways. You can mince it up. I do like it really finely done, so I just chopped. I chopped it really small. I've gotten pretty good with my knife. I put the juice of 1 lime in there, more or less. Our orange limes, you know, your citrus varies. You could probably use a lemon in there. Our limes are a little bit of a kind of a sweet sour taste. I put the caps in there again. I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there, but very little. 3 caps full, and I'm guesstimating those are about, I'd put anywhere from like a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of the apple cider vinegar. Put just a little bit of sea salt in there. And then of course the title, the tahini. Put a couple of tablespoons of tahini in there. Now it was enough with that little bit of lime juice to get it going. And what I did with this is I didn't blend it in anything. I just had it in a little bowl and I took a fork and I worked it around. I worked it around and I worked it as well as I could, and it was still really rough. So it needed some water. So what I did this time, instead of just going nuts like I normally do, like I was very careful. I was just putting drops, you know, just like a little bit, and then I would stir, and it became a little bit more of a pasty type thing. Then I put just the tiniest bit more, and I would put and I was good this time, and I wasn't heavy-handed like I can tend to be. And I just put little bits by little bits by little bits till it was just a kind of I don't know how to quite describe it. It was kind of a thicker consistency. I knew I could use a little bit thicker, and I was kind of going with that in my instincts. I knew I could use a little bit thicker because the wetness of the beet, when I added it to that, was going to kind of, you know, moisten that. So I didn't want to get my dressing, so to speak, too watery, because I knew it was going to kind of water down a little bit once I added the beets in there. All right. So I get the dressing made, and you know, I'm little by little until I get the consistency that I want. And then I get my spoon and I'm like, I taste just a little bit and I'm like, all right, this one is really good. This one is, you know, that could be a base. When you get to that point where you just make the dressing, there's probably going to be other uses you find for it other than just this particular salad. But it does that sweet combination. It by itself, it just has kind of it has a nice kind of a nutty taste. It's a very simple taste. I'm going to play with that some more, because as I was tasting it, things were going through my head. I was like, oh yeah, that can be used for a number of other things. So I'm going to use that again, and it was such a subtle dressing. I said, I don't know if this is going to be, you know, just right on its own. I wasn't factoring in the sweetness of the beets. Now, when I started and I put a little bit, I didn't want to go overboard on the dressing. I did end up using it all, but I put little by little by little. Oh, and the amount of this beet, this is about, just to kind of give you an idea there, that is a whole beet that I put through the food processor in that, hell, I'm in the kitchen, I might as well show you this blade. You know, I just put it in this one and got it down. So when I added that combination to the beet, and I added little by little because I didn't want to overdo, and mixed it in. When I was finished and I took a bite, the combination was out of this world. That's when I knew, yeah, I got to do a video on this one because this salad is too good. And the kale, okay, it does make a pretty picture, but it wasn't totally about that, although it works out. That is a really nice combo, the red and the green, or the purple and the green. But that's all I got left in the house. It's Wednesday. It's a Wednesday when I'm shooting this video. You know, Saturday is my big farmer's market day. I'm winding down. That head of kale was the last greens in the house. I'll have to go shopping tomorrow. But I'm looking down right here. I still got a good stash of bananas. I probably got at least a day and a half or so of bananas left, so we're all good. Anyhow, back to the recipe. I just had kale, but I said, you know, that'll be a nice mix because kale's kind of a drier, a little bit coarser, and I didn't have time to do anything with it. I didn't massage any lime into it or what have you, but I said, I still think that'll work well together, you know, that kind of moist, people hate that word. I don't know why people hate the word moist. I hear people talk about that, but I figured the moistness of the beet mixture with that kale, that's gonna make a good salad. So I took a bite before I set up the presentation, and it's good. So I'm about to go lay into this bowl and enjoy a new salad that I've found. But definitely give that a try. Give that a try and let me know what you think. And give it a try at least one time with the beets. But I think you're gonna like this. That combination, that nutty with a little bit of the sweet of the beet really works. I really like this. I kind of lost steam when Lissa left. We were doing a lot of stuff in the kitchen, and then I kind of just dropped off into geek land, and I've been doing a lot of YouTube stuff, like checking out the analytics and researching keywords and titles and all that stuff. I've been learning some new apps, you know, still learning my new phone, and I just kind of got away from the kitchen. And then I got, you know, it's like I can get kind of lazy. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just make a salad tonight. I'll just make this. And I've been using a couple of my standard salad dressing recipes at night and just haven't really had the need to, you know, to play much in the kitchen. But now I'm starting to get the creative juices going again. I'm going to have recipes. The book I'm working on is not a recipe book. I decided that, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons that I switched in another direction, that I'm not quite there yet to do a full recipe book. My skills have not evolved in the kitchen that much, but there's going to be recipes in the book that I'm working on right now, the 30-day raw vegan food challenge, which is going to be, it's kind of evolving and branching out. So anyhow, I'm going to have some of these recipes in there. I'm going to have some cooked recipes in there because there's going to be, you know, sections of people that are doing the transition. So anyhow, it's fun to be back in the kitchen again, and I'm going to just kind of continue playing. Anyhow, I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button below. And if you make this, even if it's down the road when you make this, I'll always remember, and you can comment in another video, but tell me what you think about it, or tag it on Instagram, or do something. Just let me know what you think of the combination. Anyhow, hope you guys are having a great day. Love you lots. Peace.